Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pouring Takes. We are here live at the Underdog Sports Club and Restaurant here in Lake Highlands. We're joined here with our friend Luke Parent. We're going to talk some football. We're going to talk some MMA. What all we got on the docket here, Rayya?
That's right. It's week 2 of preseason just ended, which means the return of Cowboys therapy, because guess what? It is season 3, guys. Episode 1, season 3 of Pouring Takes. Can you believe it? We made it to season 3, Charlie.
3 seasons. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun and drinks. A lot of drinks.
So many.
A lot of shots. A lot of mixed emotions.
Mixed emotions, and hence the Cowboys therapy. As previously stated,
Good
handsome Luke is back with us. Brandon, as always, now a football expert, not just baseball. He's a man of many talents.
I finally watched my first football game. It was the preseason game.
Oh,
Is that
wow.
a good one to watch?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly how you want to start.
Is that how the game always goes?
I think so. I think that's the best introduction you could possibly get.
Okay.
Anyway, and of course Tanner behind the screens and the mixers, making us look and sound great. All right, Charlie Van, let me hear about your weekend. As you know, I was literally sick and dying, so I stayed in a bed pretty much all weekend long. So I need to hear from you guys what you guys did. Charlie.
Yes. It was, once again, a weekend. Friday night, I got to go over to Green Elephant. They had an all-female showcase DJ event that went on all weekend. It was really cool.
That's fun.
So shout out to, I believe it's called the Venus Women Collective. So they do a lot of music marketing for women. So it was really cool. Saturday, got to see our buddy Michael Garcia of Devil Bear and Teen Wolves do an acoustic set next door at Water's Edge. So it was fun returning there. Had some good food, tried a little bit of wine after a day of being at the pool, of course, as always. And then went over to Christie's, where hung out with our good friend Luke here and watched some UFC. So,
Any big takeaways from UFC 319?
yeah, Hazmat, man. If you can't wrestle, well, don't fight him.
Pass on that.
So, but congrats to Hazmat becoming the UFC middleweight champion. He's a really good dude, and I know some people found it boring. I was like, no, this is exactly what high-level wrestling to me as a wrestler grappler. It's a beauty to watch, and because Drake is, as we know, is like one of the best on the planet, and nobody does that to him. So,
Yeah. What about you guys? Luke, Brandon, what did you guys get into this weekend?
Well, I didn't really do much this weekend, but you mentioned an all-girls, so this Pouring Takes show did have an all-girls show last week, which meant Charlie and I had the week off. Y'all haven't heard from us in a while. So there's been a couple of things that I got into over the past week. Charlie and I actually did go to a Less Than Jake show here in Dallas. So I'm a huge ska punk fan, and Less Than Jake is awesome, and that show was great. So had Fishbone open for them. It was a fun night. But this weekend in particular, laid on the couch. Didn't do much. My 43-year-old ass was recovering from a concert.
The concert that was what, Wednesday night?
Yeah, that's not necessarily true. I was recovered, but I'm just saying I didn't do much this weekend.
What about you, Luke?
Nothing crazy, pretty stock weekend for me. Went out, hit a couple happy hours on Friday night, saw some live music at Truck Yard. It was pretty fun. Went back. I think I watched Return of the Jedi, which always hits. And Saturday, spent some time at the pool, and then ended up at Christie's to watch the fights.
Nice.
Good time.
Yeah, I feel like this is pretty tame for this group, or is it just because I was benched? Is that how I feel?
Yeah, you're the catalyst of getting us in trouble.
Apparently.
I mean, there was moments Saturday that did not feel tame, but that was more of a Sunday problem.
Behind every rowdy guy, there is a beautiful woman pulling the strings and getting them in trouble. That is me. All right, guys, let's just jump into it. Everything right now is football.
Mm-hmm.
That is all we can think about. We've got fantasy football drafts coming up. We've got regular season about to kick off in about 2 weeks. Two weeks, yeah. So I figured no time like the present to get into all things football. So let's start with Cowboys therapy. We've got 2 weeks of preseason under our belt. Both kind of lackluster performances as far as preseason goes, but also as far as the Cowboys are concerned, not playing too many of their starters in these games. Charlie, is there any player right now that is jumping off the screen to you?
Man, I think my little struggle right now is the depth. Just after these 2 preseason games, it does have me a little bit worried. Although I was excited to see Tyler Booker make his debut. He looked good. He looked good. No surprise there. I mean, he is a starter. Yeah, I mean, I feel right now. I mean, I kind of liked what I saw from Phil Maffa a little bit in the run game, but I kind of after these past 2 games, I'm scratching my head on kind of the depth that we're seeing right now, and unfortunately, Joel Milton is not looking like a QB2 right now. So.
He's not looking like a QB3.
No, there's 2. And I went to bat for him before I didn't. Yeah.
I remember when they made that trade. I think you were like the most lit person on this panel, just being like, "Yeah, this is the guy. This is perfect." No.
Yeah, this is perfect replacement for Cooper Rush.
I think
You can never replace Cooper Rush.
Yeah. Well, I think I was duped by that one game and the Patriots and the athleticism, but man, he cannot run an offense or read the defense.
No, you see flashes that he has an arm.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he can throw the ball really far. Accurate? No, not really. Short? He can't throw the ball short because he just throws it really far. But
Wait, so
Yeah.
every pass this guy makes has too much sauce on it.
yeah,
That's what
he has
you're telling
no
me.
touch whatsoever.
Wow. Huh.
And it's a problem.
That is a problem.
I mean, it's a problem if Dak goes down,
Yeah.
right? Like if Dak doesn't go down, it's not a problem at all because we won't see him. But Dak's
Statistically, though,
30.
there's a chance that Dak
Well,
goes down for multiple games. Yeah.
Well, do you go ahead and go for Will Greer? I mean, why not? I mean, like, if Dak goes down, we kind of have to see. And we've seen a little bit shades. I mean, Will Greer's last game as a Cowboy in 23, which was coached by Dak, was pretty spot on. And then we, did the Trey Lance deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they scour the waiver wire on players to get cut next week, right, on cut down day. Just nothing's going to, like, excite you, but it's probably better than what they have in-house.
Well, I was thinking about this real quick. We saw Joe Flacco today is named their starter. so-
Crazy.
Big time.
And what about
Elite
that
Joe
QB
Flacco.
room? I mean, is there anyone on that roster right now that you're like, maybe, if you feel like Milton can't get it done, and we know with Dak's
Oh my God,
injury.
is Shador gonna hit waivers, and that's how he ends up being a Cowboy?
Well, no, Tanner's really excited
Tanner's
about that.
so excited
Well, I was
right
thinking
now.
more of a Dylan Gabriel or Kenny, because those are more.
I think it would be more Huntley,
Yeah.
right? Like that's somebody they signed just because they were having some injury problems a week ago. But again, I think Huntley's better than Milton. I
Yeah.
think Huntley's better than
Come on, wouldn't y'all be ecstatic to get Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett?
Pickett. Pickett is actually
Come on.
a legitimate choice there too, right? If he gets cut.
I doubt he gets cut.
Well, they're not taking 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They'll take 3.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think Shador ends up being a Cowboy.
I don't see that.
You're
happening.
giving up a lot of picks.
Yeah.
I mean, Huntley, I wouldn't be upset. I mean, he's shown that he can really get in there, kind of like Teddy, Brissett. Like, I like his mobility.
Teddy Brissett, Jacoby Brissett.
Well,
Or
I
Teddy
mean Teddy
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater.
Teddy
and
Bridgewater,
Jacoby.
yeah.
Those backups, you can feel like, okay.
Not all backup quarterbacks look the same, Charlie.
Hey,
didn't
correct me
say
if
that.
I'm
I
wrong.
mean,
Correct me if I'm wrong. but
Jameis-
Tyler Huntley was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Most
Jameis
ridiculous
might be
Pro Bowl
cut
nod in
too,
history.
by the way.
Jameis would be fun.
Jameis in this town is
I
the
think
backup?
Trubisky
Trubisky was in the
of-
Pro
I
Bowl
Oh
the
my
year
God,
before, so
I love the interviews.
I actually was watching that
As a W.
Jets preseason game, and I was thinking about that. I was like, they really going to have Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart all on one team?
electric.
Crazy.
mean-
Taking the East for sure.
We will get into division predictions. We will. What about defensively? I know we've had this back and forth about QB2. We've seen
Yeah.
a little bit more action from wide receivers and running backs. But there are a lot of question marks at defense. We don't know if Micah Parsons is going to play week 1. We know that Trayvon Diggs is still hurt. So there's a couple open positions on that side of the ball. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think Mozzie still has not progressed.
I was gonna say that.
Right, so that's a
This is
problem.
year 3
Nope.
for him, 3 for us, and 3 for him.
Yeah, he's the. I think there's some conjecture on does he get cut, right? Because he's in year 3. But I think the Joneses, Jerry in particular, doesn't like to admit mistakes. So
Nope.
I couldn't see him getting cut. But that's another position they desperately need help in. I think the linebacking core looks decent. it may not have like the big pop name, but they've looked okay. But the secondary is going to get picked on.
Yeah.
Bullied.
Yeah, like
I mean, you gotta face.
it's a problem.
You got to face Philly twice,
Yeah.
Washington twice, New York twice.
New Yorkers.
Like every team has at least one stud receiver that can tear up a defense like what Dallas is presenting right now. So they can't stop the run. It's going to be a long season.
Oh God!
And it's something
the
they
horror.
did not address in the draft or free agency either. Although when I look at the Mozzie, I could have thought, hey, you
God,
know,
is
who
it?
Sean Laporta was there.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Or Sam Laporta
Sam
was there
Laporta,
in the
yeah.
first round. You could have had him.
God, is it possible to feel sorry, like preemptively sorry for a group of people? Because that's how I'm feeling right now, guys. I'm sorry. You guys are making me sorry for you already.
oh, geez.
My
Luke.
goodness. Doom and gloom.
I wonder if there's a team out there that has a equally underachieving
I got one.
player that you could just do a 1-for-1 swap on.
Oh, player.
Right?
I thought you were going to ask if there's another team that feels similar to the Cowboys, and I had an answer for that one.
No,
Toronto
I'm just
Maple
saying, like,
Leafs.
there has to be other misses in the first round that we just don't see because we don't follow those teams as much. But there has to be, like, some player out there, maybe even a second rounder. It's like, we'll give you Mozzie for that player, straight up, maybe change the scenery helps both, right? Like, I almost would not be opposed to that.
Do your homework. Let
Yeah.
us know, and we'll send a message to Uncle Jerry, right? Tanner?
I'll scour the depth charts.
Yeah, I think Mozzie Smith is worth maybe a 7th rounder and a half a pack of saltines right now. But
Yeah, no, if you're just trading him for a pick, that's about right, a conditional 7th. But I'm just saying if another team is frustrated with a player that they're about to cut.
second chance on both sides, maybe.
Exactly, right?
Redemption. We love a good redemption story.
Yeah.
So, looking at the schedule, before y'all tell me what your record predictions are there any games that you're just like, I can't wait to see that? Or are there any games that are like, I would rather not watch?
Well, producer Tanner's like, none at all.
Tanner will not be watching any Cowboys football this season.
I will say not from a performance standpoint, but I will be there for Chiefs Cowboys Thanksgiving. So T Swift may be in the house.
Ooh, T Swift in
So,
Dallas.
and
That's something to look forward to.
It's always fun though, no matter what, win or lose, to get to see guys like a Mahomes and that on that level in person. Like it is something. I always loved when Manning came because you're like you're seeing a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
You don't always get to see that at home. So
I-
No, that's why it was so cool. When I went to the, this isn't football, but went to game 1 of the conference finals. Got to see Connor McJesus in person.
That's
Unbelievable. You know, you see him on TV,
Yeah. It
but
doesn't
you see him
translate.
in person. He does not look human on the ice. He's just a level above. So yeah, what
Yeah.
you're saying. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's just super cool to see that in front of you.
Yeah,
I
so
have-
Mahomes for sure.
Right.
I have actually seen Patrick Mahomes live. I went to a Chiefs and Bucks game
Oh,
a couple of
okay.
years ago, and this was Tyreek Hill's 200-yard game, and that was electric and crazy. And that game went back and forth too. Like it was just so much fun, and like it was like you were in the presence of something insane. Like I
Yeah.
loved it.
So I saw him live once as well. Me and my buddy Tyler did our little preseason trip where we do
Ooh.
a preseason football game and a baseball game. You know, trying to knock off stadiums and stuff. And we went to Kansas City. I don't even remember who they played. It was preseason. Who cares? And it was the week that Lynn Dawson passed away.
Oh,
So they literally put Mahomes out there to take the first snap and kneel, and then he was out of the game.
Oh.
So I saw him play one play, and he lost yards. So he
Greatness.
can't be that good.
Yeah, he sucks.
all right. What about you, Brandon? Are there any games on here that you're somewhat excited about or somewhat terrified of?
Well, I see Jeddah coming to town late in the season in December. It looks like
Sunday
Jay
Night
Jeddah
Football.
for the Vikings.
That's
coming
my
to town.
birthday.
Oh, really? Okay.
Really, deadass,
He's
that's
gonna
my
score
birthday.
3 touchdowns on us on your birthday.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I'm a little curious to see if
You believe in
Kyler
JJ?
Murray. What?
J.J. McCarthy. You think he's got that the juice to throw 3 touchdowns to Justin Jefferson?
Or are
I
you
think
still
he
thinking
can against the Cowboys secondary.
Valid.
Probably.
fair?
Valid.
I'm curious to see if Kyler can keep up his winning streak at the Death Star.
True.
Right? Because the Cardinals are coming to town. He's like undefeated there. He makes us look stupid every time he plays. I mean, he played like high school games there too, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes, he did.
and actually college games. So he's just undefeated at the Death Star. I would be curious to see if we can stop that streak because I don't think Kyler's that good overall. But he has a skill set that the Cowboys are going to struggle with for sure.
Put a PlayStation in his locker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, stopping the run.
Yeah, hey, if you play him during double XP weekend on
Yeah.
Call of Duty, you're good. Yeah, you'll kick his ass.
Yeah.
Kick his ass.
And then, of course, Green Bay will be annoying.
Yeah, always. Always have. Even in our Super Bowl
Yeah,
run.
they're just annoying. The
just-
fans, they're nice, but they're really annoying.
They have every right to be.
I
They do.
guess.
At least recent history, they have every right to be.
You know, the last time we beat them was Dak's rookie season in Lambeau, 2016.
Oh my God, has it been that long?
Oh.
Yeah, and that's the only
That's
time
like
at
almost a
many
decade.
meetups. I know. So some teams just have your number.
I mean, that was a lot of Aaron Rodgers, but Jordan Love's done the same thing. So.
Yeah.
I will just throw this in here because it's me. I am curious to see how the Commanders evolve after this amazing season that they just had with Dan Quinn and Jalen Daniels. We play them in October and then again on Christmas. So I'm very curious to see how that team evolves. Will they be able to maintain the standard they held last year, or will they really drop off in year two? So.
Yeah, we've seen second-year quarterbacks of that skill
I was
set.
just about to say sophomore slumps
Yeah.
all over the place.
I mean, Stroud, even Stroud. To an
Stroud,
extent.
most recently,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but Stroud gets fucking trucked every game.
True.
I mean, do you have a lot of
Get
faith
Get
poor
in
that
guy.
the
man an
Commanders?
offensive lineman. God.
Do you have a lot of faith in the Commanders' offensive line to keep that from happening?
I would like to, but I don't know.
And
Yeah.
Somebody call Christine, please.
do we know about Scary Terry? I know the last
I
couple weeks
would,
he's
by the
been
way.
in that whole trade.
He's going to be a
trade.
Steeler.
Yeah. Oh man. Then you for sure. I
Challenge
got Cowboys
accepted,
over-
Rhea.
yeah.
Yeah,
Challenge
just-
accepted.
Brandon did not just shoot a shot. That was good. You two missed it. Anyway, what was the question? Sorry.
No, I mean the whole Scary Terry is kind of in that same boat right now with the whole
Yeah.
pay me, which I think they will pay him, but still, that's a little limbo right there. You
If
can-
they don't, I don't think I believe at all in Debo to fill
Yeah.
that spot.
Oh,
at all.
no, absolutely
Not
not.
even, not even close.
so
2 years ago, Debo maybe,
mhm.
not now.
Yeah, I mean, that's two totally different skill sets.
Yeah.
Debo and McLaurin, right?
Yeah.
McLaurin's gonna
Absolutely.
take
Yeah,
that
I think at this
top
stage,
off.
yeah, for sure, 100%.
And Debo just can't stay healthy.
No.
Nope, never. Unfortunate. Well, we'll see how this turns out. Tell me what you guys have. This is going to be our long-term bet as of right now. As the season goes on, we're going to find random things to bet on, as we always do. Usually we put a round of shots on the line here. Tell me what you think the season record for the Cowboys will be, and I'm going to start with you, Brandon.
You starting with me?
I'm starting with you.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. I think, man, it's such a hard question coming off that preseason game. Both those preseason games, right? Even though the starters weren't playing, I think they'll be 8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Yeah.
The wrong side of mediocre. Like
Yeah,
mediocre, but still a loser.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of their MO.
Okay.
Um,
They will do just
the-
enough, but not enough.
yeah, they'll be better than last year,
Just the tip.
but I don't expect them to really be in contention on Christmas.
Okay. And that's interesting, too. By the way, the Chargers game and the Commanders game are 4 days apart. We play on the 21st and the 25th. That is awful.
Yeah.
That is awful. And also to note, this schedule sucks from November 23rd on. You've got Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders all in a row. Like,
Yeah,
just
like,
go fuck yourself at this point.
That's a problem.
And that's especially when the depth is going to hurt you. You were saying you don't believe in the depth after watching these preseason games. That's late in the season. Your boys are going to be banged up. So
Yep.
you're headed into the meat of your schedule. It's going to get juiced up. And if you're banged up at all, that might be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I usually go into the season with some Cowboy optimism. I did not last year. I knew last year was going to be a garbage fire.
Yeah.
I do, like I said, think this year will be a little better, but not that much better.
Okay. Brandon says 8 and 9. Charlie, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually right there. I really am right there with him. I think like they're gonna
He
be.
just copied his answer.
Wow.
It's fine.
Boring.
Have an original
Hey,
thought.
listen.
Well, that's your
I mean,
fault
I'm
for
not
going to
gonna
be first.
I'm not gonna be.
That's your fault for going to be first.
optimistic. I'm not Well, last year I was optimistic.
I know,
Look
I know.
how that turned out.
Right.
And I'm
True.
not good at math.
Yeah. Who am? Yeah.
So-
Exactly.
I'm not good at math.
I mean, it was either gonna be that or 7-10. I think they're gonna be okay enough as long as Dak stays healthy. But I have this weird feeling it's going to be very shaky. That secondary is not great. You do have a young O-line. You have a first-year head coach. Usually that doesn't really go well for a lot of teams, but especially
True.
not in the history of this team. I think having Pickens will help enough to win some games, and there's some of these matchups that look horrible, but I think those teams are going to be pretty banged up too. But I just don't think you got to win with defense.
Big time.
We've seen it too many times where Dak's had it, like the offense has had to carry, and that's what I think is going to happen. I think the offense is going to be okay as long as Dak can stay on the
I
field.
agree.
That defense, it's going to be like 2019.
Yeah.
So you can't be 8-8 anymore. I would have said 8-8, but I think close to what Brandon.
Yeah,
So
I
you won't
wouldn't be
even-
surprised if they give up a 75-yard touchdown every game.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
That's a long-term bet.
I'm just kidding.
I heard you. So you won't even be on like the slightly optimistic side and go 9-8 just to be different?
No, I'm really
And
worried.
need I remind you, 2 weeks ago, I told y'all that we were the third best team in the NFC East, and you both yelled at me. And now you won't even pick a fucking winning record. What is wrong with you two?
Let the record show I did
Well,
not yell.
I said these two.
I
not
know.
No,
you.
I was
I'm-
not a part of that.
I'm optimistic until I see.
Again, this is really hard question coming off what I watched.
Yeah.
I
So-
just take a lot of criticism from men all the time. That's my life.
Men.
Well, if I yelled, I apologize.
Man, used to be pretty optimistic 2 years ago.
Okay, so you both have them at 8 and 9. Luke, do you want to play? I know you're not a Cowboys fan. But
I know.
You have an opinion here.
I do. I think if George Pickens can, and I don't think this will happen, but if he can get his off-the-field diva issue straightened out, it's going to be one of the most lethal 1-2 punches in the wide receiver room in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is kind of sacrilegious to say down in Dallas, but my God, I believe in Dak Prescott when he's healthy.
Yeah,
I believe in
I do
believe in Dak Prescott when he's healthy.
I do too.
So I'm gonna go. They're gonna tie a game.
Ooh.
Oh,
Long-term bet.
that's a
They're gonna
long
tie-
bet.
Long-term bet.
They're gonna tie a game.
They're gonna tie a game, and they're gonna just to not be as close to you two. I think they're gonna go 10-6-1.
10.
Oh,
Okay.
All
and
right.
1. If you had to guess which game we'd tie, which one would it be and why?
And why? Okay. Just because I think I'm going to the Vikings game. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. I think they go into overtime, 31-31, and for some reason the offenses can't figure it out. They get it down to like the 2, both of them. They score a field goal. Other team drives it down. They throw on 3rd and goal at the 2 to George Pickens, and he drops the ball. Damn.
See, there is an
Can't-
NFL script.
Can't win. Can't. Yeah, I got the preview. So then they kick it. 2 minutes left. Vikings can't take it down and win. Final score 34-34.
Wow.
How many touchdowns does Jetta score that game?
All of them.
All the touchdowns.
So 4.
Correct.
I know I know who Brandon is targeting in the first round of our fantasy draft.
Jetta's a bad man.
He is a bad man. Okay, Tanner is not mic'd, but he did leave me his notes. He has our beloved Cowboys finishing 5-12, so less pessimistic than these two.
Yeah.
Well, that's so pretty much
More
he
pessimistic.
feels
or more, sorry.
Dak's gonna go out game 1.
Yeah.
Zero faith. Zero faith.
It will be
Pack
Joe
it up and go home. You
Yeah.
should have just said 1-16. 0-17.
I mean, if Dak goes out early, it might be 1 and 6.
It might be one.
Might be bad.
It could be really bad.
Yeah.
But you guys, looking at the schedule, my gut tells me 7-10. I think there's a lot of there's a lot of winnable games on here. A lot of things have to go right, but the top half of our schedule, where we're going to be our probable best, we play a lot of under 500 teams from last season. So statistically, I feel like that's where you're going to pick up a good chunk of your wins. And then, like Charlie said, other teams could possibly be banged up by the time we play them at the end of the season. So I think 7 is a comfortable number, not me wearing 7s on my neck as well. So, yeah, 7's my thing. 7 wins.
I mean, to be honest, we could either go 7-10, 8-9. I kind of feel like that's the realm.
Yeah, we're very uninteresting, even though I yelled at you.
Well, I don't think it's uninteresting. I think we know now, really seeing the product and how much injury. I mean, our training staff has a D rating in the league. To me, that's already really bad.
Yeah,
and
that's not good optics, right?
You're not going to have Overshawn. You're not going to have Diggs. You didn't go out and really get somebody.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace to Marvion.
Because Ravel is not going to be 100%.
No.
He's coming off.
I mean, he's going to miss at least 3 weeks right off the jump, I think.
So you're coming in pretty.
I could be wrong on that, but
banged up. And even Dak's, what, 32? 32 now? Yeah. Anyways, coming off that hamstring, which, my dad was at the game Saturday, and he saw him kind of walking around now. He's like, I'm not saying this is maybe my eyes deceiving, but he seemed like he was squinting. He seemed kind of – so he's not going to be 100%.
No.
He did lose a shit ton of weight, though.
Yeah.
Like, he's built real nice right now. He's looking good, like, from a physique standpoint. I'm going to throw it out there because I have to. Hey, I got through the whole conversation about the schedule without mentioning Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Well,
you tried.
No, it's because you got handsome Luke over here. You
I'm
don't even talk about how handsome they are.
Oh, goodness.
It followed me into season 3. God damn it.
It's not a bad thing.
So, Luke, I want to just kind of piggyback on something you said, though, because about George Pickens.
Yep. I know him too well.
You said if he behaves himself.
Big if, capital I.
But I think he will, because I think any toxic relationship, any toxic personality that goes to a new relationship, whether it be personal life, work life, sports-wise, they're going to be on their best behavior for a while.
Well,
and I
if we look
this
at
year will be because he's trying to get paid.
I hope. Yeah, no, he's in a contract year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I do expect him to be on his best behavior.
I will warn you, wearing the black and yellow that I'm wearing right now, over the last decade, we've had a lot of toxic relationships with our receivers, and after leaving, none of them have been on their best behavior.
That's
true. Very true.
None of them.
Yeah, I heard you two talking about this beforehand. You literally had a list
of
Diva wide receivers that played in Pittsburgh that went on to play for other teams that
got even worse.
I mean,
on and off
shot
the
himself
field.
in the leg.
Yeah. Yeah, we had drugs, we had shootings, we had CTE, we had TikTok. We had, just a lot of stuff. Showed a lot of promise, had some great years, and a lot of flameouts towards the end of the Steelers' tenure, and a lot of steep falls off cliffs immediately post.
You might have changed my mind. A toxic personality is going to toxic, so he might.
Okay,
but he's.
I will say I don't know if any of them were in contract years and were as talented at that point in their careers as Pickens, with maybe the exception of Antonio Brown.
Can I just make an argument for specifically Cowboys' flavor of toxic wide receivers here?
Sure.
I mean, we've had our fair share of quote toxic
saucy
diva wide receivers that actually played really well here.
Yeah.
Well,
starting with the GOAT, Michael Irvin was doing like
correct.
fucking lines of cocaine before games and was balling out. You had Des Bryant, who was accused of XYZ on a weekly basis and balled out.
T.O.
And T.O.
T.O.'s a similar case.
I know. I just had to point it out.
T.O. was on his best when he first got
here. But then it
sour.
started to show.
I actually really feel like George Pickens will be successful here. I think the Dallas vibe, the aura, if you will.
Yes.
Aura farming.
Really fits his personality. And if everything goes according to plan on the offensive side of the ball, a.k.a. Dak staying healthy, George Pickens is going to have a career year. And like you said, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb on the same team, that is fucking scary.
My God.
Oh, it is scary.
Absolutely. I believe in the guy, man. I loved watching him so goddamn much. I mean, if you look at his highlight reel over the last 3 years, he might have the most athletic catches you will ever see over that 3-year period. He is such a freak.
I remember
He's
tiptoe
unbelievable.
catch. Like last year, was it?
The one against the Browns where he contorted himself and reached behind his head. Yeah. That made me a believer. Guy's a freak.
Yeah, he's been on my fantasy a couple seasons,
Same.
right? And he's underwhelmed at times,
right.
but I still believe in him.
Yeah. I mean, fantasy-wise, not like insane, but my God, as a pure athlete, as a receiver, as a guy who can play second fiddle to CeeDee Lamb, I mean, he was doing the wide receiver 1 role, which was very hard to do in a team who had, on the Steelers, a bunch of quarterback issues. I mean, he had Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields throwing to him. It was very hard to get a consistent rhythm, and that was part of the issue that he had. It was hard to find a role. The offense it was hard to find an identity, so he got frustrated. So
having a quarterback like Dak is going to help him.
I was going to
say
agree.
That I agree. I'm a believer. I was sad to see him go. I'm a believer.
Well, I hope you're right, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do. As a Cowboy fan, I hope I'm wrong with the 8-9 prediction.
Well, only time will tell. Before we get into the overall NFL discussions, guys, think about it. What is your Super Bowl pick? Not going to ask you now. Going to ask you later. I have 2 questions. I want you to tell me who you think is going to be in the Super Bowl and what your dream Super Bowl is going to look like. We played this game on the girls' show, so I feel like we have to do this with the boys as well. Mm-hmm. Hello, audience. Do you have a item or a service that you would like to distribute to the world? Use us. We have thousands of listeners that tune into our podcast as well as see all of our social media stuff, and we would love to do some business with you. Reach out to admin@pouringtakes.com, and we'll set you up with a great marketing package, and we'll sell some stuff.
Heck yeah.
There we go.
I'm getting better at this. All right, guys.
I couldn't tell the difference between you and Tanner there, to be honest.
I know my voice entirely changed, too. Okay, let's get into the NFL as a whole. As y'all are marinating on your Super Bowl questions, let's talk about each division, and I want to hear from y'all who you think is going to win that division and give me a quick, 30-second bite as to why. So, obviously, because we've been talking about the Cowboys up until this point, let's start in the NFC East, and I'm going to go Brandon to lead off.
Okay, NFC East, similar to other NFC divisions, I think there's a single team in there it's theirs to lose, right? So I do think the Eagles will win the division. Second place will probably be Washington, just because, my faith in the Cowboys is low right now. But I don't know if Washington will be good enough for a wild card because I really do see a regression from that team just because that's Dan Quinn's MO. Dan Quinn's MO is to start off like a rocket and then progressively get worse, right, and lose the team. We've seen second-year quarterbacks take regressions all the time as well. C.J. Stroud last year, they lived through it with RG3. Those just sophomore slumps. Sometimes they don't even bounce back after the sophomore year. So Jaden Daniels has a lot to prove. But to their benefit is other than the division winners, the wild cards are up for grabs in the NFC.
Big time.
Absolutely.
Like 3 teams are going to wild card, and I don't know if 3 teams deserve a wild card.
Yeah.
So I see it Eagles, Washington, Dallas, New York.
Charlie, do you agree or you have a different view?
Well, I mean, going based on what my record just says going in, I mean, I do think this will be the first time in a long time that there hasn't been every other team winning the NFC. I think the Eagles are too good. They do all the right things to set that team up for success. I think, I think Commanders. I really do. If we're going to be an 8-9, there's no way we're going to be the number 2 team. But I think the wild card, I think the North steals a lot of those wild card spots.
It's possible.
For sure. Luke, how do you see this playing out?
Well, I did have the Cowboys going 10-6-1, so obviously the defending champs are my pick. They're very much like the Florida Panthers in the sense that they were the best team and the deepest team, and they didn't lose a lot of people, important ones at least. So I think they're going to win the East. Got the Cowboys in second. Commanders, I concur with the sophomore slump prediction. I think it happens more often than it does not, and that skill position group in Washington's a little shaky. So I think third. I think they might snag a wild card though, and then unless my glorious king Jameis Winston freaks out, which he's liable to do,
It happens.
Giants in fourth.
Producer Tanner has the Eagles winning the NFC East. I will sweep the board with you guys. I think as long as nothing crazy happens to those two gorgeous men, Eagles are going to be just fine. I do want to throw this little wrinkle in here. I don't think New York finishes last in this division. I think they have done enough on defense. What?
That is it's a nicer unit.
They've done enough on defense. Bringing in Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston to train up Jackson Dart. They're not going to be amazing, but I don't think they're going to be awful either. Like, I think they can surprise people.
Did you see Abdul, though, the other day get
Got
thrown
absolutely whacked by
Can't have that
Stone
happen.
Smart, man. Oh, my God. Dude, so embarrassing on social media
Yeah.
afterwards. He was, I ate that shit like barbecue. Dude, no. Stone Smart, a career backup tight end, ate you about like
Yeah.
barbecue, dude. Come
I did
on.
not see that.
Yeah, he
but I
got
would love
buffed.
to.
He got
Bro.
Damn. All right. Move on to the NFC North. As you touched on, you feel like a lot of those wild card spots in the NFC are going to come from this division. I mean, they had 3 out of the 4 teams were a playoff team last year. How do you see this finishing out? And I'll start with you.
Man, this is tough. You know, I want to lean the Lions, but losing your 2 best coordinators and knowing how much I like Dan Campbell, but he gambles, and you lost your 2 smartest heads, in my opinion. I'm going to go Minnesota. I'm going to believe in the young quarterback come in with having the best wide receiver in the conference, in my opinion. Still having a veteran run game. I think Minnesota, that's the one thing. You saw last year, and that was no fluke. But I think they're going to have some J.J. McCarthy fire. I think Minnesota takes the division, but I think Lions will be number 2 because of the talent they have. You can't deny a lot of that talent. I just questionable without having those 2 coordinators, which huge.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Luke?
I still believe in the talent in that Lions roster, even losing the coordinators in Glenn and Johnson. They, I think, would have made it to the NFC Championship, would not have lost to Washington last year if they weren't unbelievably banged up. I think they still take the division. I do believe in the Vikings. I think they've had a lot of nice additions. Obviously hinges on J.J. McCarthy, and I'm friends with a couple Vikings fans, and they're very high on the guy. Very high on the guy, but unproven. No, he's a national championship winner. I don't know. I think it's going to be a drop-off in quarterback play. I am a big believer in the Packers, actually. I'm a big believer in the Packers and Jordan Love and that ridiculously deep skill group they have on offense. I know they're going to be lacking on defense. They're missing a couple guys, lost a couple guys, but I think they come in second. The reason I have them over the Vikings is I'm not the biggest believer in JJ. And I don't know. I will say, though, I am a bigger believer in the Bears this year. I think it's like last year going to be the best division in football. I think the Bears are going to be competitive, finish last, but competitive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon?
So I do think this is the most competitive division.
Yeah.
I can see all teams going 3-3 in the division, right?
Sure.
And I don't think anybody's running away with it. I do think losing the coordinators is a drop-off for the Lions. I still have them number 1, Minnesota 2, because I am a fan of Jetta, and I'm a Michigan fan, so I don't know if JJ's great, but I think he'll be fine with the skill positions he has. Addison is also a very good receiver.
Minus 3 weeks, but
Yeah, I was going to say. Someone got
No, he's kind of a knucklehead too, but he has a lot of talent,
Absolutely.
right? So I have them 2, and then third place is going to be a toss-up between the Bears and the Packers, but again, I don't see anybody being more than 2 to 3 games up in the whole division. It's going to be very cluttered.
Yeah, that one's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Tanner has the Lions taking this division. I'm going to be different, and I really like what Green Bay has. I think they
love it.
They, like you said, they've got the skill players. They made a really great draft at wide receiver.
Gold,
really
great
draft
pick. Finally got a
Yeah.
receiver.
So, I mean, like I said, it's a toss-up. I worry about injuries. I worry about the coordinators changing, coaching changing. I think Green Bay is, like, consistently bringing back the same people from last year, and they technically got better. So I'm going to go Green Bay, Minnesota, then Detroit.
So we all have the Bears down, and though they got their coach, you know, they went out, they got their tight end, they got an O-line.
Yeah.
Is it because how I feel it's going to really come down to Caleb?
Absolutely.
Because I know they didn't have much of an O-line last year, but there's just things tangibles-wise that makes me question and flustered moments. And now that he's got these weapons, I think it falls on his shoulders.
Yeah, we're going to see if he can connect the dots.
It's also Chicago.
Yeah.
Poor Chicago.
Listen, absolutely. I will say this. I think if the Bears were in a less competitive division, I think they could be competitive for a number 2 spot or even a number 1 spot in a division maybe like the AFC South.
Yeah.
Something like that to win. I think they're a pretty decent team top to bottom. Hinges on Caleb. I wouldn't be surprised if they were competitive as hell this year.
Yeah, so here's a weird thing that I think I'm correct on, but I could be wrong, that I just thought of. Bears history, 85 Super Bowl,
85 Bears.
05 Super Bowl, 2025? Every 20 years?
07.
Is it 07?
06 season, yeah.
Oh,
Charlie
okay.
got you.
That's where I
Peyton
was
Manning
like,
got a
okay, I
Super
could be
Bowl.
wrong.
Yeah.
Well, all right, moving
win?
on.
They didn't win that Super Bowl.
They
No,
lost.
Oh, I was gonna say,
they
no.
They
lost.
returned
Peyton.
Yeah.
To Peyton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
it was the
yeah. In it.
Prince halftime where he covered
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Miami.
Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to the NFC South. This division usually is pretty weak, but a lot of these teams have changed their look over the last few seasons. Luke.
The Saints are going to be the worst team in the league
Oh
by a
my God.
long margin. Margin.
I can't argue that.
I think they're going to get smacked. I think the Buccaneers handily win this division. Very easy. I think Baker is one of my favorite dudes in the league, and I say that
Same.
as a guy who rooted against him on the Browns, but I think he's a stand-up dude and a very good quarterback,
He
and he's
has-
still throwing to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and a couple young guys too.
He
Jalen
has
McMillan.
big dick energy.
He does.
Massive
does.
BD
He's
from that
scrappy.
man.
Still a very good defense. I think the Bucs handily run away with that. The Falcons are kind of a mystery. I believe in Bryce Young. I think they're going to have a fun time with Ted McMillan. I am rooting for Bryce Young, so I'm going to go Panthers second. Falcons
Okay.
third. Saints win 2 games this year.
Tanner also agrees with you with the Buccaneers. I love the Bucs. Charlie knows this. My family used to live in Tampa for a couple of years, and every time I'd go, my dad would take me to a Bucs game, just because his job had the hookup. But I truly enjoy the team. I enjoy their fans. So I'm gonna also ride with the Bucs, but I really like the Falcons, and this might be fantasy bias talking, but I recently made a trade for Michael Penix. So I am trying to manifest them
Okay.
playing well. So I'm like, all right, let's do this thing, because my other quarterbacks are Brock Purdy and Jared Goff. So I'm not getting any younger over here. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And then I do really like Bryce Young. I think
Yeah.
towards the end of last season, he really came on strong. He played with more confidence. They got him a weapon, as you stated. So I think the Panthers, they only go up from here. So that's exciting. And, of course, New Orleans sucks. Charlie, what are you thinking?
Man, I mean, I'm. This is gonna sound copycat, but I feel the Bucs. It's just they do all the right things. They
Yeah.
drafted well. You mentioned how scrappy. Baker has really brought some great life.
Yeah.
Post Brady.
Absolutely.
And I would say what he's doing now compared to that last Brady season is just so much fiery.
it's just
and-
good ball.
Yeah, and I mean they just turn it on. They know how to fight. They know how to scrap. I do think Atlanta's number 2. I think they did get much better with Michael Penix. If you watch the quarterback series, which I highly suggest, you see that shift when he takes over from Kirk. And nothing against Kirk, because they have this winning spirit, but it was time. And you got a young gun team. I love Drake London.
Yeah.
Like Bijan. So
Yeah.
I think it's their time to be that. They could be that wild card team possibly.
For sure.
Carolina's 3. I do agree, Bryce. You saw that maturity last year. I think it helps when you have Andy Dalton and those guys in, like having that veteran voice.
Sure.
They're going to have some fight. And then, I mean, poor Saints. The Aints again.
Yeah.
They may get Arch Manning.
Actually, I'm going to amend my prediction. The Saints win 1 game. 2 is too
One
many.
Wow.
2 is
Yeah.
too many.
Wow.
Too many.
Another man.
It's overshooting it.
Long-term bet. Okay, Brandon.
Yeah, I think I agree with Luke. Like, I think it's the Buccaneers to lose. I think Baker's found himself in the Tampa where he could not find a footing in Cleveland, but who does? Quarterbacks go to die in Cleveland, right? So I think it's the Buccaneers. I do like the Panthers. I think it's time. If they're going to make a step forward, it is time for them to do that now, right? And I don't have a lot of faith in the Falcons. I like Bijan. I'm not as high on Drake London. Like, I think he's fine, but Penix, I'm jury's still out. Similar to how you feel about McCarthy from
Sure.
the Vikings. Like, that's kind of how I feel about Penix. And Cousins is washed. So I don't really have a lot of
You
faith
leave
there.
my dad in his khakis from Kohl's alone.
Man. And the
I
Saints
love
are gonna
Kirk
be awful.
Cousins.
Kirk
Horrible.
O'Chain.
Yeah.
Surf.
You like that?
Man, you really if you haven't seen quarterback,
Yeah.
season 2, you gotta watch. It's fun.
You guys, can I name my dynasty team Gibbs Me More Penix?
There you go.
Sure. I don't think there's any rules
Great.
against that.
I would expect nothing less from you.
Yeah, can I?
All right. So we all agree.
Yeah.
The poor Saints.
Poor Saints. And I have some friends that are Saints fans, and I feel bad.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah. For the longest time, I felt like the NFC South was like the worst division. Like, it was always really boring, and you had teams that were like under 500 going to the playoffs. I think they've definitely evolved past that, but I feel like the NFC West might become that.
Yeah.
With the way things are trending. This division is so peculiar to me. There were a lot of interesting offseason moves that were made, lots of shuffling around of players, to the point where I really don't know what to think. So, like, at first glance, my gut tells me that the Rams will probably win this division, but that's only if Matt Stafford stays healthy,
Yeah.
which
100%.
we
Big
know
if.
he typically doesn't.
And he
gonna-
doesn't look like he's healthy now.
He's going to smash his thumb on his own lineman's helmet again, and he's
Hurt.
going to be out for like 7 games.
Well, he's already limping around. Like, I
Hey,
think
37.
he's, like, hurt.
Yeah, that's really rough for me. And I felt like the Seahawks were doing something special, and then they decided to go a different direction, but they got Cooper Cup, right? Cooper Cup's in Seattle, and DK is gone. DK's with you.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, we'll have that conversation. So for me, yeah, I think the Rams and the Cardinals are probably my 2 favorite teams in this division. I have no idea what the fuck the plans are in San Francisco outside of them hosting the Super Bowl this year.
The vibes are bad there. I got Niners fans, man.
Yeah.
Friends.
It's really rough, and that team really just rides on if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy or not. So, yeah, I'm going to roll with the Rams, and then Tanner did the opposite, and he's going with the 49ers. Charlie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with I mean, they did get Devontae Adams. I believe in Sean McVay.
Sean McVay.
I think they've in Puka, like, they have all the right tools, and they are the only one to really give Philly like a fight in the postseason. And it's that experience and maturity factor, and I'm writing based on if Stafford does stay healthy, but even if he doesn't, I feel like they have enough for this division because the division is such a question mark. I don't believe in the Niners because I don't think they can stay healthy. I know they just play Purdy, and who does he have? Ayuk can't stay healthy, and I don't think Ayuk is nowhere near what Debo was in my opinion. And you got Ricky Pearsall. Like, I don't know.
I like Ricky.
I like Kettle.
Money moon.
But it's just Kettle out there. And can he stay healthy? Like, they're like a Band-Aid. Like, it's it's not looking good. And this could be Kyle Shannon's last year if they don't make a surge.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then Arizona, I don't know. You know, I just don't believe in Kyle Murray long term because I think he's athletic. I don't think his mindset's there, and it's shown over and over. And you can't have your QB off just always mentally playing Call of Duty.
Unless he's at the Death Star.
Yeah. And his coach, I'm not too excited about. I know he's with the Eagles, but I don't know. He's not as inspiring. The team should be a lot better than it is because I do like James Conner.
Sure.
Brandon, what do you think?
I think this division is the same, but the complete opposite of the North. It's going to be cluttered, especially if Stafford's not healthy. I don't know who the clear winner is. They all might go 3-3 in their division, but for the complete opposite reasons as the North, right? The North, they're all kind of good. This is because they're all kind of bad. I agree with Charlie that I'm not a big fan of Kyler. The athleticism's there, but he just – and I'm not blaming height or anything like that. He just doesn't have it unless he's playing at the Death Star. I am semi-interested in Darnold in Seattle.
I forgot about Seahawks.
Right? Like, is he going to have another year like that? If he does, they're in contention, right? I do like Jackson Smith and Jigma. Like, I like him, Rockwall guy. And JSN, so I like him. if he replicates last year, Seahawks are in the conversation, especially if Stafford's hurt. But I think I'm going to go Rams, even though their jerseys look like JV high school jerseys.
They do.
They really do. They're terrible.
Dude, those numbers, they're like plastic ironed-on numbers. I'm like, that's what my 3A football team in Texas wore for JV, right? Like, that's bad.
Hey, spend $5 billion on the stadium, budget elsewhere.
Yeah.
Is pretty
Yep,
tight.
you got to make the cuts, right?
Yeah, it looks bad. But I think I'm going to go Rams, Seattle, Arizona. And I agree, the 49ers just – I don't think they'll rebound from last year. They had a worse year than the Cowboys last year, and I think it sticks.
Yep. Well, what about you, Luke?
Yeah, I think the 49ers, after that Super Bowl loss in 2023, I think the window slammed shut. There was so much turnover. I think there's still too much turnover and a lot of bad vibes and not nearly as talented of a roster as they had 2 years ago. I think that window is firmly slammed shut. I think they finish in the bottom two with Arizona, who I'm just not incredibly intrigued by at all. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a better year than he had last year. I think he's got way too much potential to perform like he did. I think he scores a lot more touchdowns. But I think they're in the bottom two. I think the Rams have the best roster in the league. Not in the league, sorry. In that division. I really love Jared Verse and Braden Fisk on the front. There was a big question mark after Aaron Donald left, but I really love how those guys have been holding it down. Holy shit, what a great year from both of them. I guess I'll be the only one to pick Seattle here. I think Seattle quietly has built one of the better defenses in the league.
I
think it's a phenomenally talented defense.
Legion of Boom, part two.
Maybe not all the way up there, but I think they're going to be an incredibly exciting defensive unit to watch this year. I don't think Darnold puts up the numbers he did last year in Minnesota, but he has JSN to throw to. He's big question mark, but Cooper Kupp, who knows?
Oh, I forgot Kupp.
And I love Kenneth Walker. I like the other backs they got. So I think
Charbonnet's awesome.
I think Charbonnet's sick.
Yeah.
Charbonnet's sick. I had him as a handcuff guy on my fantasy bench last year.
Yeah.
Put up like 22 points anytime he started. So I really like them riding the backs of that defense and whatever that offense can put up. Because Darnold, who knows? Kupp, who knows? But I do think that defense is good enough to win that division.
Yeah.
Can I ask
I don't
you
need that.
a question? Only because I'm intrigued. Do you think it's going to make a difference for Sam Darnold to play in an outdoor stadium versus a dome? Like, how is that going to impact his numbers?
Potentially. Obviously he was going for a lot of deep shots last year. And we know Seattle weather isn't not windy. But I don't know. I think a bigger factor is that he doesn't have Jefferson to throw to.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
but yeah, I don't know. Maybe a little dip because of the outdoor weather, but I don't think. Don't think he's going to be as spectacular as last year. But I think he's going to be solid. I think that offense is going to be serviceable at least, but that defense is great, and I think they have the juice to win it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's switch gears into the AFC, and we're going to start with AFC North because of what you are wearing, and I'm going to let you lead off this part of the conversation.
Yeah. As much as it pains me to say it, Baltimore's a fucking great team, man. They're amazing. I think Lamar should have won the MVP last year. Don't crucify me for that, Yinzer Nation, please. Great team. They're a phenomenal team. I think they win 13 or 14 games. I think they win. I think the Browns could be the worst team. They're going to be a bottom three team. I think the Bengals, with their defense as terrible as it was last year, it's going to be even worse if Hendrickson doesn't play. I think the Bengals are going to they're going to hover around 500. I wouldn't be surprised with that defense if they finish below 500 this year. So I think after Baltimore and Pittsburgh, I think, as we know, Mike Tomlin had a nice dinner with the devil 20 years ago and signed in blood, said they won't finish below 500. 2 years ago, we, with Kenny Pickett at the helm and a worse roster, won 10 games. Last year, we won 10 games with the weird quarterback shit and even losing 4 games in a row to finish the season. Still won 10 games. This team has alligator blood. It has a great defense, an O-line who has not been great the last couple years, but we have made some great draft picks. The young guys look good. if we're healthy, if Fautanu, our first-round draft pick from last year, is healthy, if Broderick Jones looks good at that left tackle spot, it'll be a really good young O-line group. I think the skill positions, people are underrating. Oh, you don't have a true wide receiver, too. Roman Wilson, our third-round pick out of Michigan, who you know and love as a Michigan fan, looks really good in the preseason. Calvin Austin, the third, is a freaking ridiculous speedster. We're going to be running some crazy tight end sets with Jonnu, Pat Fryermuth, and the absolute tank who is Darnell Washington. And, again, defense is great. O-line is young, exciting. Skill position group that is super underrated. I think the two backs in Jalen Warren and rookie Caleb Johnson out of Iowa are going to be a nice 1-2 punch out of the backfield. So I think the roster really doesn't have any holes. The only potential gaping hole could be 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Lord. It took you a minute to get there.
I had to
because
it's easily the most important part of what the Steelers season is going to look like. Absolutely. But
thank you.
2 seasons ago on the Jets, played a drive, and then his ankle exploded. Last season, he had statistically, not a bad year. And let me remind you who he's playing for. The goddamn Jets. Everybody sucks on the goddamn Jets. I mean, come on.
I mean,
he has a way better supporting cast around him.
Lie.
I think he wants to win in his last year. He has a very good roster around him. I'm sorry. When you look at the depth chart top to bottom, I think it's a deep team. I think it's a team that could surprise a lot of people. And Aaron Rodgers just needs to be a serviceable quarterback for this team to win 10 or 11 games. Especially, I think we sweep the Browns. We always beat the Ravens at least once. And I think we beat the Bengals twice. I think we win four or five games in the division. I think after Pittsburgh, it's going to be a steep drop-off. Steelers get a wild card spot. Ravens run away with the division.
Is there a game on your schedule that you're already circling? Like, this is going to go down and it's going to be crazy.
Week 1 already. I want to see how Justin Fields plays against us because I root for the guy.
Aww.
I root for the guy. I really do.
Sweet of you.
I root for the guy. But I have a bet with one of my Jets friends on this game, and I think we smack him.
How much?
17 points. I think we need to set the tone early, so I'm circling week 1.
All right.
Circling week 1.
Are y'all playing the East this year? Or
We are.
or is it?
I think we are playing the AFC East this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon, how do you see this division shaking out?
So, in Joe Burrow, I trust.
What?
I like Burrow.
He's awesome.
I'm so sorry. I had such an audibly loud.
I like Burrow. I like Chase.
He's sick.
I've always liked T. Higgins for some reason.
The only good
I do
thing
agree
about
that their
Joe Burrow
defense
his
is not
clothes.
going to be very good, especially if Drake Henderson doesn't play, but I do expect him to sign. But Baltimore runs away with it. I have Cincinnati second, Pittsburgh third, but I think it's close. I think they're both going to hover around 500.
We always do.
And in contention for a third wild card. And then, of course, the Browns bringing up the rear end there. But
The Browns.
yeah, because they're the Browns. I want to say they also all go 3-3 in their division. No, the Browns won't. Let me take that back. The Browns will not.
You don't believe in Joe Flacco?
No, they're
Took him
all
to
going to
the
go 5-2 in their, or 4-2 in their division.
Yeah.
What about you, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on this. I mean, I do agree the Ravens, which I'm going to say this. It doesn't matter if they win the division. Like, I mean, I think they're just kind of how we used to be as the Cowboys. Like,
Sure.
postseason's a whole different story, but I have them winning. They're a very good regular season team. I think I'm going to side with Luke on the Steelers enough. I do like Joe Burrow. I think they are the boogeyman because you're saying, what is Burrow good at? Beating Pat Mahomes.
Yup.
When it mattered. And
High
so
fashion. That is all he's good at. High fashion.
He's good. He's good. But
Looking like
that,
Macaulay Culkin.
that defense is questionable, and it's unfair for how good
Questionable,
Chase
maybe generous.
and T. Higgins are, that offense. It's kind of like they are the Cowboys of your division, in
Sure.
my opinion. But I do think the Steelers, I think even if Aaron is just 65%, what you have, having DK is huge. having that run game, having T.J. Watt, love me some T.J. Watt, and Tomlin. The guy has not had a losing season. He figures it out. You know, when you talk about, Bill Belichick, you talk about Andy Reid, all these great coaches, I don't feel like Tomlin gets nearly enough.
Dude, he gets shit on.
And he's gone through how many quarterbacks now since his start? And in the playoffs,
Too many.
So.
You're bringing up trauma.
Too many.
Well, I'm just saying.
Look
I'm
at
adding.
his face.
Hey, we got equal trauma
Man,
here.
we had Kyle Allen taking snaps, man. It's been rough.
But you know what? You did go to the playoffs with a Mason Rudolph after Kenny Pickett went down.
Yep.
So
Back on the roster, Mason Rudolph, by the way.
you just figure it out. So it's hard for me to go against you. I think you're a wild card team. And the Browns are the Browns, so it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Let
You-
me ask you guys this just for funsies. I'm going to ask 2 questions about the Browns because it's fun to make fun of them. First one is, how many wins do you think they'll have? Second one is, how many games until we see Shedeur Sanders as their starter?
I think it's the same number. I think 3 and 3.
5 wins and 2 games for Tanner? Okay.
I think
2 and 2?
What?
What'd you say?
Same number. 3 wins, 3 games until we see Shedeur.
Yeah, I agree because I think even though Flacco did get him in a couple years ago, that was a whole different ball game, different run game. Shedeur, the flares there, that one preseason game, you had to look at him. You're like, all right, he's the new guy in town. I say by 3.
I'll say 4, but I also don't know what NFC division they're playing. If they're playing the South, the NFC South, they could get Saints. They might get maybe Carolina or the Falcons, depending home or road, right? So it kind of depends on that, but I'm going to say 4 wins for the Browns, and I'll say 6 games before Shedeur.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think it's going to be a little bit longer for
Yeah.
Shedeur. I don't think it's going to happen in the first quarter of the
It depends on when their bye week is.
Oh, God, we play that NFC North.
Y'all play the North? It
Yeah,
might
I
be
forgot that was it.
3 wins.
sucks.
Yeah.
Woof.
Oh.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you guys. And Tanner also agrees that Baltimore will win this division. If you couldn't tell by my terrible sense of humor, I'm not a Bengals fan. I think every year they come in overrated. It's ridiculous. It's like their white uniforms. It's just all flash and no substance. Like, stop it.
Cool-ass unis.
They are cool, but it's all flash.
Yup.
I'm
Go
very
cool.
curious to see what Aaron Rodgers is able to do with this team because, like you said, it's very well built on both sides of the ball. If you have a game manager at quarterback, y'all should be a playoff team. Enough said there.
Yep.
All right, AFC South. This division is really special, right?
Such a nice word.
Every year. Every year
Every
it's
year.
very special.
Very special. Brandon, what happens in this special division?
I do have a little bit more faith in C.J. Stroud than I do, like, RG3 back in the day, right? Where I do think he will rebound in his 3rd year from a sophomore slump. So I like Nico, not that
Oh,
Nico.
you had
Oh,
to
I knew it.
specify.
I knew you were going to go there.
Not that Nico.
He came
Fire
around.
Nico. Because we haven't mentioned Luca yet.
And add one
Now
to the
wait
Luka
here. Do we have a Luca drop?
count. We're about to.
But I like Nico Collins. They did just trade Michi, but
Yeah, he's gone.
I think Houston wins that division.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any faith in Anthony Richardson for
Nobody
the
does.
Colts, but I don't think I'm in the minority there.
What about Daniel Jones?
Danny Dimes.
Oh, Danny Dimes?
I
No.
think Danny Dimes is going to end up being the guy there.
He might be. Tennessee, Cam Ward, I mean,
He's the only 10 I
it's
see.
just jury's out, right? Will he be good or not? I don't know. Will he be Bryce Young or will he be C.J. Stroud? I don't know. And Jacksonville is almost Cleveland.
Best mascot in the NFL.
No, absolutely not.
Duval.
When they finally move to London, they'll be in the best city in the NFL.
True.
Hey.
But no, that's the order I go is Houston, Tennessee,
Wow.
Indianapolis, and then Jacksonville.
Charlie.
But I am curious of two-way player. What's his name? Travis Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very curious in how they utilize him.
What's his name? Two-way player.
Two-way player.
I couldn't think of his name for
Well,
a
on
second.
fantasy, he's both.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So are they going to play him mostly offense, or is he going to split time?
Do
Right.
we love the idea of a guy going both ways?
I don't think it's particularly possible at this level.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tricky.
I think
It's not Shohei, right?
the physical toll that you absorb on defense is so much at this level. I think it's not incredibly feasible.
I agree.
Well, he's playing a less physical position at least.
I know, for sure.
So, I mean,
But-
there's a little bit there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Dion did it a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
Charlie, AFC South predictions.
I have the Texans. I think we will see more from CJ. I love what D'Amico Ryans does. I do like that defense, and they have good. As long as they can stay healthy enough. I mean, having Mixon, I think they have enough to mixing it up. I think they are going to mix it up well, and they're going to win that division single-handedly. I think behind them, man, it's going to be tough. I'm going to go. I may give the Jaguars a little bit. I think they're going to get a little spicy, but it's going to be head-to-head with them and the Titans. Titans gave away so much, and they gave away the best running back they could ever have. And so I think Cam's going to have a little bit of a rough time. But any quarterback stepping into that system.
Yeah.
I think it's do or die right now for Trevor Lawrence. That's why I kind of think they got to really push. And I think having Hunter is that flair. Sometimes you need something a little bit new, a little bit flashy to give you that confidence, which they have not had. I think that organization's terrible because you got a pro wrestler family running that thing.
Yeah.
That knows nothing about football.
And maybe I'm underestimating the Jaguars because I just immediately assume they're going to lose.
But they're not going to be a playoff team. They're not going to be a playoff team. They're not going to be a playoff team.
Like, anytime I look at, like, the schedule for the week, I'm like, well, the Jaguars are going to lose, right? Like, I don't really care who they're playing.
Yeah.
Strategy for your eliminator game.
It's going to be a coin flip.
I've used that before.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it with Cleveland all the time. That's fine. We're all pessimistic here. Okay. Well, Luke, you haven't gone yet.
Yeah, I guess for the sake of hot takes and to be different, I think this is Trevor Lawrence's year to break out finally. I think
break out in head and shoulders.
This is a weird take. I think the Jaguars win this division.
Long-term bet.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Hot take. I think Brian Thomas Jr. continues to shine as a premier wide receiver in the league. I believe in Tank Bigsby. I believe in Trevor Lawrence this year. I think when he has I think he has Brian Thomas Jr., he has Travis Hunter. I think he has some good guys now, some flash. I don't give a shit. Texans lost Mechie. Texans lost Diggs. I believe in that defense. I believe in C.J. Stroud. But I don't know. Fuck it. I think this is Trevor Lawrence's year.
All right.
Wow.
Trevor Lawrence's year. It's going to be Jacksonville, Houston, Indianapolis, and I think the Titans join the Saints and Browns as the 3 worst teams in the league.
You a bitch.
So Tanner picked the Colts.
Interesting.
Was that like random? Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I accept you. It's okay. Hey, if Danny Dimes pops off, I mean, they've been in the thick of the playoff race every year anyway, and it's because the other teams in the AFC are so good, you only get one team out of the AFC South in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah.
So
But is there a point where
possible.
Riley Leonard could jump in? I mean, if we could see a quarterback carousel within 4 games, 5 games.
Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know. I think you raise a good point about the Texans regressing, like not being able to bring back a lot of those players or making those trades, and like not even being that great to begin with as far as like playoff teams go, like when you look at them across the board. But however, I don't think Jacksonville is at the level to surpass Houston just yet. But I do like where your head's at, and I respect it.
Fuck it, you know.
Hey.
No,
It'd be a good story.
you almost convinced me, to be honest, because I'm like, I didn't do much I'm kind of more on Tanner's side of I didn't do much research on the South. I'm just going with
It's Jacksonville,
it's Jacksonville,
Fuck 'em, right? Yeah, right?
So, yeah, I could be totally wrong on all that.
Well, we will.
I'm probably wrong, but
I will be keeping tabs on it, and in about 6 weeks, we will discuss further. Let's talk about the AFC East. This division is always very interesting. You've got the Bills on Hard Knocks right now. I don't know if any of you guys are watching. Lots of coverage on Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld, as you can probably imagine. You've got the Dolphins, who were supposed to be the greatest show on surf, but cannot play when it's more than 50 degrees outside, less than 50 degrees outside. New England, coaching change, new players in. Drake May, second year, kind of exciting there. And then you have the Jets. Charlie, what do you think?
It's the Bills division again. You got to believe in Josh Allen. Sometimes they don't have a whole lot, and they figure it out. And having great quarterback play is that big reason. I thought even when they lost Jordan Pryor, I thought that was gonna really shake some things up. But they find a way. I thought when they lost Diggs, but they figure it out. Josh Allen is one of the best. I think they win the division. I would say a close 2. I'm gonna go with the Pats. I believe I like what I see with Drake May and having Diggs there. So this is gonna be fun. I'm excited about this team. It's going to be neck and neck. I could see the Pats sliding into a wild card potentially.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have a hot take here, but
I also thought I was gonna have a hot take.
No, I agree with that as well.
So it's not that, we're not delusional. We all look
No.
at New England and we're like,
No.
yo, this could be fucking scary.
And this is my least favorite team on the planet. I fucking hate those guys. I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be decent.
But can you believe it? The way they completely broke apart to be built back together and so quickly that we're all scratching our heads being like, this is the dark horse. This is the team that can sneak into the playoffs and make some fucking noise.
You know why?
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel.
I was about to say, I like Vrabel.
I
like
wanted
Vrabel.
him here. He knows. I mean, what he
Steelers
did with
legend.
that Titans, what he can do for the defense, just overall, he's no nonsense. So he has a lot of that kind of.
He
build.
has the get in that ass.
Get in that
Fuck
ass.
yeah.
That's why I wanted him here. I said it, but I think in New England it makes all the sense. He knows how to win there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, and then I think at the bottom is gonna be the Dolphins. Actually, I really do.
You
I
think
do.
the Dolphins are going to be worse than the Jets?
No,
I'm
I'm
completely
agreeing
with you.
all of this.
Completely with you.
Well, no, I
Wow.
think
Yeah.
health. I think health is a big thing, and I think this has got to be make it or break it for Tua. It
Yeah.
really does. You can't have that high of a ceiling. I know he's had the injuries. You have how many running backs right now? You have two of the best.
Mostert, Achane, boys are
wide receivers
fast.
out. Tyreek. You have Jalen Waddle. I think the Jets take a step a little bit forward.
Is
Yeah.
that a Tua issue or is that a
It's
Coach
not a Tua
Mikey
issue.
McDick's issue?
Well, I think you will be hearing news stories within the first 2 months that Mike McDaniel and Tua have lost the locker room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
think
completely
it's a mix.
with you.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not just Tua.
Oh yeah.
That's not.
I think it's falling apart in Miami, man.
Yeah,
I think
it's
falling
a
apart.
hard downward
I need
spiral.
a photo edit for Real Housewives of Miami with Tua, Tyreek,
Yeah.
Mikey McDick's,
And I'm not anti.
choose your running back.
I'm not anti Tua here. I'm
love
just
that
saying
guy. Root for him.
if you're gonna put heat on, let's say Dak all the time, you got to put it on the guy's first round pick that took you almost should have won the division 2 years ago.
True.
No,
And gave it.
I think we had this
Also
conversation
the coach too.
at Lakewood. I can't blame Tua for being a first-round pick
No.
because quarterbacks are so high premium that they just needed to pick a quarterback in the first round, and he was the best available. That doesn't necessarily mean he's first-round talent, right? That position is overdrafted all the time.
I mean, I think he'd be playing better if his head wasn't a bowl of warm chicken
100%.
soup. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think they.
So, I mean, if it's you need to be playing to your draft status, that's not necessarily fair to Tua.
True.
But I do agree that it is a make-or-break year for him. And it has a lot more to do with injury, unfortunately, right? I hate saying that because you can't avoid that, but it is a make-or-break year for him.
Yeah.
But I think Coach has. I think they're a combo package, right? I think as much as I love his dad jokes, it's not working out, and they have such a great. I love their relationship together, but I do agree. I think there is a loss from leadership all around.
Yes.
And when you see your quarterback constantly hurt or maybe make this, and then your coach doesn't have an answer, you're like, oh shoot, maybe
Yeah.
we need a revamp.
I was
Yeah.
going to say it's a definite red flag that they can't have a functioning offense without Tua.
Yeah.
Even though Tua's head is scrambled eggs,
Poor guy.
whoever they try to plug and play and move the offense with, they can't move the football under anybody else. They've had 3 or 4 different quarterbacks.
I mean,
have to come
their
in.
backups have been terrible under
Yeah.
Tua, like Tim Boyle, Skylar Thompson, current Steelers legend Skylar Thompson. But it's the bottom drops out.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see if they're gonna go, if it's gonna be Quinn Ewers at QB2 or Zach Wilson It's like
Right.
It's
That's
a very
Great
very
options all
You
around.
feel great.
Tough choice. Tough choice. I feel like that should be more of like The Bachelor, not the second quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. So I guess we're all in agreement. We're gonna go Bills, Pats, Jets, Dolphins. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, the AFC West, usually dominated by the Kansas City Chiefs, who just lost the Super Bowl last season, but they still have Taylor Swift, as we all saw on New Heights this past.
The Swift magic.
Absolutely. For this division, Tanner's already being spicy over here. Tanner chose the Chargers to win this division.
I like the Chargers.
And
Not
I
to
like
win. I like them
Harbaugh.
though. I like them though.
Harbaugh.
but
I like
my hesitation there is I don't feel like Justin Herbert is able to get over the hump. It's like a mental block with him. I don't understand why they're not better than they really are.
Well,
I,
it's the same
very
situation
struggle
as
with
a
that.
Dak conversation, right? They're not over the hump until they're over the hump. You can say the same thing about Lamar. You can say the same thing about Josh Allen.
Yeah.
They're not over the hump until they are. There's only 3 quarterbacks that are over the hump in the league: Mahomes, Rodgers,
Levels to it.
Burrow actually
Yeah.
went to Super Bowl.
Burrow. Kind of hurts.
Yeah.
So there's 4 or 5,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
I mean, yeah, I've been a staunch and still am Justin Herbert defender and believer. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the stuff he's had around him. The trajectory of the Chargers has been so weird since he entered the league. His first 3 years in the league, his defense led up the most points by so far. So far. After those 3 years, defense buttoned up, O-line fell apart. So he's never had 2 sides of the ball that have been really solid at the same time. So he's been, although it doesn't really appear from an outside observer, because not a lot of people pay attention to the Chargers. It's the Chargers.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit, right? But he's had a very tough shake of things, I think. From a terrible defense who finally got put together to an O-line who is a bottom 5 unit in the league. It's just been very tough for this guy. I think he's supremely talented. I think Justin Herbert's awesome. He's had a rough shake of things.
Well, it's going to be really tough with Slater out, I think, on the O-line, too.
Yeah, losing Slater already is not good.
That's so bad.
It's
Terrible.
So, Rhea, I interrupted you, so finish your
Yeah, me too. My bad.
thought.
No, it's okay. No, I'm encouraging the discussion. So, yeah, I could see the Chargers being a definite contender in this division. I'm always curious about the Broncos. I feel like the Broncos
I love them.
tease you
Think
a
they're
little
good.
bit. They're
Yeah.
we got some swag. We got it going on. Cortland Sutton, SMU alum.
Oh,
one of my
yeah.
favorite players. So I feel like they could make some noise. Raiders, I'm also gonna say go into that bottom bucket that we keep referring to, where we
Pete
put
Carroll's interesting.
You
though.
know.
Bringing in Pete Carroll's interesting.
It's
I like it.
Interesting. That's a good way to put it. And then Kansas City, for me, I don't see them their standards slipping.
No.
I just don't. They brought back pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's healthy. Everybody's rocking and rolling. So I still think Kansas City wins this division, but I would love to see Denver make some legit noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kansas City's the one team that actually has the ability to turn off the switch a little bit during the regular season and then turn it on when they need to, right? Mahomes can do that a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if their record's not gaudy, right? It's probably 5 games. Maybe they lose 5-6 games, but they're still going to do very well and make the playoffs and then turn it on at the end and still be in
That's
contention.
exactly what they did last
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
that's
that was
what they do,
Yeah,
right?
they do.
They're the one team that I think can do that pretty easily. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't run away with the division. But I think Denver's right on their tail the whole time. I think Denver's really good.
Charlie.
Yeah, no, I think it's more of the same of last year. I think it goes Chiefs. I really like this Broncos team. I think if you want to talk about a great rookie year, I mean, obviously everyone talked about Daniels, but I think Bo Nix really stepped up to the plate, and I think he's even going to grow further and further there. And they're scrappy. They got a taste of it last year, and so that excitement there. I think 3 will be the Chargers. I believe them in enough, but losing Slater is going to knock them out of playoff contention.
so
And it
bad.
sucks because I know, you Herbert's potential, and there's this and that, and that's just how it's been since Phillip Rivers. There's
Yep.
always been this and that with the Chargers. They used to be called, I think, the Cowboys of the AFC at one point.
Absolutely.
And then, the Raiders. I love Geno. I think they're going to run Janty so much that it's just going to be very telegraphed. And I don't always like when I see these coaches kind of come back. I don't know what Carroll's going to do that's different.
I'm glad you said that, because when you said that Pete Carroll coming on was interesting, my gut reaction was like, ew, why? Why resurrect the dead?
Well, granted, you could say the same for Sean Payton, but I think how he is with offense and like quarterbacks, like having that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think. I think Chiefs, they're going to Chief. They are the new Patriots.
Yeah.
It's the truth until someone can beat them when it matters.
Yeah.
I can't deny them.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders finish better than the Chargers, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Really?
As much as I love
I could
Herbert.
say Raiders third and then
Yeah.
Chargers fourth.
Yeah.
It's either or.
Yeah, I don't think either are in contention for a wild card or anything, but I think just this hierarchy of the division might be Chargers at the bottom. Not that I don't like Herbert, because I actually am a believer in Herbert as well, but he might be a better fantasy quarterback than a real-life quarterback.
Fair.
Which that happens, right? We do have to watch out for a sophomore slump from Bo Nix as well.
Absolutely.
Like if we're going to put that on
I think that
someone like Jaden Daniels, we got to put it on Bo Nix
Absolute,
as well.
100%.
Truth.
Yeah. So I still stick with Denver because I think their defense is good. You know, Surtain is legit.
Depoy,
right?
baby.
Yeah.
Nick Bonito. He's cool.
So I go Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, Chargers.
All right, fuck it. Hot takes on this side of the table only, I guess.
We love
it.
you.
Is that because you're a handsome guy over there?
I don't know. I think I got a lot of screws loose or something. Comes with being a Pittsburgh fan. What are you gonna do? Yeah, this is the year the refs finally stop helping the Chiefs. The NFL realizes there's a lot more marketable teams and stories out there. A lot of games last year that could have gone completely the other way with some ridiculous shit from the Zebras. Broncos win it. Chiefs are still going to come in second.
Okay.
All
Raiders.
right.
Raiders at 3. And as much as I love Herbert and like feel for the Chargers organization and their fans, I think losing Slater means Herbert's going to get injured before week 6.
Oh.
I hate it, man. I
Big
feel so
loss.
bad for him. But yeah, fuck it. Broncos win.
All right. Well, with that, those are our division predictions. We got through it. Welcome to the NFL season 25.
Season. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, mama.
I'm more cheersing the preseason almost being over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that the regular season's about to start. It's just the fact that the preseason's almost done.
Truth.
It's the worst time of the year.
Well,
Yeah.
let me make you guys time travel a little bit. Let's go into the future. And I know we're like super over, but we have to do this. It's part of the deal.
Yeah.
Tell me what your Super Bowl prediction is, and tell me what your like dream Super Bowl is. And I already gave Brandon enough shit, so I'm gonna start with Luke.
Okay, yeah. Realistically, it'll be Eagles-Ravens. And Lamar does not perform, the Eagles repeat. That's, I think, a pretty easy way to go. Dream scenario. Steelers make it as the 7th wild card. Barely. Barely. Make it as the 7th wild card. Absolutely obliterate teams all the way through until the AFC Championship against the Ravens. We have them like we did the last 2 years ago. We had a game like this. Ravens score a touchdown as time expires. They're down by 1. They decide to go for 2 for the win. Oh, my God, who is it again wide open in the flat but Mark Andrews? He's wide open. The ball's floating right towards him. And what does he do? It slips through his hands again. For the 3rd time in his career, he does that exact same thing. Steelers make it to the Super Bowl and kick the shit, the absolute ever-loving piss out of the defending champion Eagles. Battle of Pennsylvania.
I
We
like
beat
it.
the shit out of them.
You should write books.
I don't like any of that.
I'm
Well,
excited.
I do.
I was very into it. Edge of my seat over here. Good job.
I paint a good word picture.
Yes, you do. Charlie Van.
People are gonna hate me,
Mm.
but until I can see it go, I haven't seen it yet. and we've seen all the scenarios. I think I think the Chiefs come back again. I really do. I just don't see anyone when it matters. Even Lamar, nobody's proved it yet, other than Burrow. So if the Bengals are in it, I have to go with what I see. Although I hope it's different. But I have. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna go with the Eagles. I think I could see it being the Chiefs Lions. I really, really do.
Big
The
time.
Lions
That's
could
a good
stay
game.
healthy.
Big time.
It's what should have probably happened. It could have happened.
Agree.
But I think I really do think it's gonna be that. My fantasy, I just got to do it. I like Josh Allen. I like the Bills. I would love to see a remake
Fuck yeah.
of Bills Cowboys
Big time.
just now because it would be so much fun. Pickens. It would be fun. Keyshawn Mitchell. Keon Mitchell. Josh Allen. I don't know. There's that history.
He
They're
just
always.
keeps saying Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
I'm a Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen.
fan. I
Josh
like
Allen.
Haley Steinfeld. She
Yes.
was my Hey.
By the way, just saw
Marvel.
Singer's phenomenal movie. Anyway.
Yeah.
Talking points.
But no, I think it would just be fun because if out of all the Super Bowls, that's the one everyone talks about. And it's a fantasy.
Big
It's been
time.
30 years.
Hell yeah.
Let Charlie have his fantasy.
Yeah.
We've had a bunch of nightmares.
Okay, so realistic Super Bowl pick. I kind of want to see the Bills win.
Love to see it.
I think they have a shot. I'm going to say Bills over the Eagles. I think the AFC Championship is going to be a battle of Taylor Swift versus Haley Steinfeld.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
that's going to
wild.
be the talking points, but I think Haley will win. And the Bills beat the Eagles 27-21
Love.
in the Super Bowl. Fantasy Super Bowl, similar to you, Cowboys all the way, but not the Bills. Let's do another Steelers matchup.
Hey, run it back
Yeah,
again.
there you
Because
go.
I think
Yeah.
that would
Run
be
it back
fun.
again. We love playing you guys.
Well, again, my outcome's going to be not favorable for you.
Well, that'll even the series, the Super Bowl series
Yeah.
up at 2-2,
But
right?
you got the Pickens storyline, obviously.
Big time.
You got the Aaron Rodgers storyline
Yeah.
because the Cowboys definitely need to finally get over that hump.
Right.
But I would like to see a last-second touchdown to Pickens in the end zone for the Cowboys to win.
Boom.
You will
35,
not. You will not see me for 6 months. I'll probably go. I'll go to Thailand
Yeah.
or something and just think about my life.
Yeah,
All right.
so that's my pick is Cowboys over Steelers in a fantasy Super Bowl to even the series at 3-3 or whatever it is,
Yeah, I'd have to move back home.
2-2 or whatever. I don't even remember what it is.
I'd just be living in my parents' basement for a couple months. That would do
You
bad
don't
things.
live in your
Bad
parents'
things to
basement
me.
now?
Oh my goodness. Oh
I'm just
my
kidding.
goodness.
All
Not
right,
me.
Rayya, what about you?
Well, before we get to me, I got to speak for producer Tanner over
Yes.
here. Producer Tanner says his Super Bowl prediction is Lions and Bills.
That's a good one.
That's
All
a good one.
Love it. Love
That's
it.
I
All
like
of
that.
y'all
Good
are
one.
very Bills Mafia.
They get there closer and closer.
They're hard not to root for, man.
I, as an AFC team, they're the ones I root for the most.
See, your team is probably my favorite team in the AFC.
How can
Yeah.
you say that?
I like DK Metcalf a lot.
Is he hot? You just said he's hot. Bro.
He's hot from the neck down.
All right.
And he's engaged to Normani from Fifth Harmony.
He is.
Ooh.
Yes, he is. Brandon is so mad at me right now.
I'm not mad. I'm confused.
So I'm gonna say this. My Super Bowl prediction is also my fantasy prediction because it could happen.
Oh, so it could happen.
I would love a showdown between your Steelers and the Green Bay Packers.
That would be a
Oh,
fun one.
That would be drama
Yeah.
on steroids.
Oh yeah,
No,
I
there's-
gotta amend
Fantasize
mine. Yeah.
about drama on
There's
this show.
definitely talking points there.
Yes, absolutely. I just Aaron Rodgers rematch of a other Super Bowl like.
Very silly of me not to say Packers, but yeah,
Rayya, there's nothing cheesy about that pick.
I love that.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. I just was like, you know what? This side of the table. You said hot takes,
Hot takes.
and that's what we are
There
today.
you go.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming through and talking about football for what feels like hours. We could do this all day, really.
Yeah.
True.
Real quick, go to our website, pouringtakes.com. We have merch. Get your Pouring Takes merch. We've got some cool T-shirt designs coming together. And if you want to rep your favorite Dallas sports girl, that's where to do it. For the boys, this is Pouring Takes. Good night, y'all.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Pouring Takes. Thank you so much for joining us. We are Charlie Van, Rayya something, Luke, and Brandon, and Tanner. I'm going to cut all that probably.